That's not the same as the act of listening. I don't know.
Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are. Mm-hmm. Yes, I follow. Very clear, very clear.
The capacity to learn demands a certain discipline. I must concentrate, I must give my time to it, I must set aside my efforts in a certain direction and all that. That is, developing a certain capacity needs time.
Yes.
But perception is not, has nothing to do with time. You see and act. Fear, you follow?
Yes.
That means, look, no, the ordinary human beings are conditioned now as they are by the culture, by the civilization they live in. They accept nationalism. Say for instance, taking that for example, they accept nationalism. And the flag, the nationalism and all the rest of it. Nationalism is one of the causes of war.
Oh, yes, yes, indubitably, yes.
As patriotism and all the rest of it. Now, we don't see the danger of nationalism because we are conditioned to nationalism as being security.
But we do see our fear of the enemy.
Enemy, of course.
Yes, right. And contemplating that fear of the enemy dulls our capacity to deal with the danger.
Danger. So, fear, pleasure, and discipline. You follow, sir? Discipline means to learn. I am learning about pleasure. Mind is learning about pleasure. Learning brings its own order.
Its own.
Its own order.
Yes, yes. That's what I've been calling miracle.
Yes.
It just asks you to just jolly well leave it alone.
It brings its own order. And that order, it says, don't be silly, control is out, finished. I talked to a monk once. He came to see me. He had a great many followers. And he was very well known. He's still very well known. And he said, I have taught my disciples. He was very proud of having thousands of disciples. Yes. And it seemed rather absurd for a guru to be proud.
He was a success.
He was a success. And success means Cadillacs or Rolls Royces, European and American followers. You follow all that circus that goes on.
And his gimmick works.
Gimmick works. And he was saying, I have arrived because I have learned to control my senses, my body, my thoughts, my desires. I have held them, as the Gita says. Hold your, something about you're riding a horse, holding them. He went on about it for some length. I said, sir, what at the end of it? You've controlled. Where are you at the end of it? He said, what are you asking? I have arrived. Arrived at what? I have achieved enlightenment. Just listen to it. So follow the sequence of a human being who has a direction which he calls truth. And to achieve that, there are the traditional steps, the traditional path, the traditional approach, and he has done it. And therefore he says, I have got it. I've got it in my hand. I know what it is. I said, all right, sir. He began to be very excited about it because he wanted to convince me. about being a big man and all that. So I said, I sat very quietly and listened to him. And he quieted down. And then I said to him, we were sitting by the sea, and I said, do you see that sea, sir? He said, of course. Can you hold that water in your hand? When you hold that water in your hand, it's no longer the sea.
Right.
He couldn't make out. I said, all right. And the wind was blowing from the north, slight breeze, cool. And he said, there's a breeze in there. Can you hold all that? No. Can you hold the earth? No. So what are you holding? Words? You know, sir, he was so angry. He said, I won't listen to you anymore. You're an evil man. And walked out.
I was thinking of the absurd irony of that. All the time he thought he was holding on to himself, and he just let go as he got up and walked away.
So you see, sir, that's what I mean. So learning about pleasure, about fear, really frees you from the tortures of fear and the pursuit of pleasure. So there is a sense of real enjoyment in life. Living then becomes a great joy. You follow, sir? It isn't just a monotonous routine, going to the office, sex and money.
I've always thought it's a great misfortune that in that splendid rhetoric of our Declaration to Independence, we have that phrase,
oh, yes,
the pursuit of pleasure.
Pursuit of pleasure, yes.
Because the child, the bright child, is reared on that.
Oh, rather, sir.
And when you're very young, you're not about to turn around and say everybody's daft.
I know.
That's...
So from this you see, discipline in the orthodox sense has no place in a mind that's really wanting to learn about truth. Not philosophize about truth, not theorize about truth, as you say, tie ribbons to it, but learn about it. Learn about pleasure. It is really out of that learning comes an extraordinary sense of order, which we were talking the other day. The order of which comes with the observation in oneself of pleasure. The order. And there is pleasure, there is enjoyment. A marvelous sense of ending each enjoyment as you live, each moment. You don't carry over the past enjoyment. Then that becomes a pleasure. Then it has no meaning. But repetition of pleasure is monotony, is boredom. And they are bored in this country and other country. Because they're fed up with pleasure. But they want other pleasures in other directions. And that's why there is the proliferation of gurus in this country. Because they all want, the circus kept going. So discipline is order. And discipline means to learn about pleasure, enjoyment, joy, and the beauty of joy. And when you learn, you follow, sir. There's always new.
I've just thought. Well, thought's not the right word. Something flashed